How's it going, everybody? So today is Tuesday, so again I'm going to show you 4 different kettlebell exercises. Now 2 of these kettlebell exercises are going to relate to something that you're going to learn next week, but right now we're going to keep it to the basics and then we'll expand on that next week. So right now the first thing you're going to learn is the somersault squat. Now remember, we've done this before, the Kang squat, where I'll show you a side view where we tip in the hips, sit back into the squat, tip in the hips again, stand back up. The somersault squat is going to be similar to that, except it's going to be the bottom of the Kang squat. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our kettlebell and we're going to take the handle so it's pointing towards our body. All right. Next thing you're going to do is you're going to sit down in the squat. You're going to pick the kettlebell up and then bring your wrist high into your hips. So now we're at the bottom of the squat. Kettlebell's almost on the floor. All I'm going to do, straighten my legs, and then come back down. The kettlebell does not touch the floor, but it gets very close. And then again, straighten the legs, come back down. So right here in the bottom of the squat, straighten the legs, keep the back nice and straight, and then come back down. That is called the somersault squat. Now the next thing we're going to do is the figure 8. All right, now this is going to be an exercise that is going to relate into next week, but this is one of the basic moves. So here's what a figure 8 is. Go ahead, pick the kettlebell up. You simply pass the kettlebell between the legs, stand up. Just making a figure 8 with the kettlebell. After every pass, stand up, squeeze the glutes. Figure 8. Now, that is going to relate into a move called the slingshot next week. The next thing we're going to do is called a ballistic row. Kettlebell again, handle goes in the midline of the body. I'm going to pick the kettlebell up, do a row, and then switch hands. Now, what I'm doing is I'm releasing the kettlebell just before it hits the chest, and then simply switch hands. I am not trying to bring that kettlebell high into the chest and really hit me in the chest. Tap the chest, and that's as high as we need to go. Now, lastly, the windmill. A little more into this one, so I'm going to go through it. First thing we do, if I'm going to have my right hand up, my right foot is going to go back. The toe is going to be in line with my front heel. Now I'm going to turn my feet in the opposite direction that my arm is up. So if my right arm is going to be up, my toes are going to point to the left. My left arm is now just hanging straight down. Without any weight, I'm going to lift my right arm. Now this is all a hip hinge movement. So again, I'm going to push my butt back, keeping my eye on the kettlebell, or my hand, come down as far as I can, and then come back up, and then turn back around. So my chest starts facing the screen here, and then as I'm coming down, I want to rotate my chest towards this arm. How far you go down is depending on you, okay? If you can get to the floor, great. If you can only get to here, that is fine as well. This is something you're going to need to work into. But keep in mind, whenever you do this move, it's not bend in the shoulders, take your eye off the kettlebell and drop this. The back stays nice and straight the entire time. You never compromise the back position. Everything is moved into the hips, pushing that butt back. Now, if you want to use a kettlebell, first I would suggest getting used to the body weight. If you want to try it with a kettlebell, you can do a low bell windmill or a high bell windmill. Low bell windmill means it stays close to the ground. The high means it goes into the hand. That's going to be overhead. So I'm going to do a low windmill to start. Again, just put the kettlebell right there in my hand. Arm goes up, hinge in the hips, looking at the hand, go down, and then I simply come back up. Now another thing to keep in mind, my back leg always stays straight. My front leg will get just a slight bend in the knee. And then, like I said, there is the high kettlebell swing. So, however you have to get that kettlebell overhead, that's all you do. Get reset. I'm gonna look at the kettlebell, go down until I'm comfortable, and then come back up. That is the windmill. So if you have any questions, please get a hold of me. Let's talk things out, see if I can help you with these kettlebells. Other than that, enjoy your workouts, and I'll see you tomorrow.